What's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to my F1 2017 mod career mode with Kimi Raikkonen's Ferrari car. We're here for episode number 15 today for the Japanese Grand Prix. Clear skies and sunny skies here for the race day, but in qualifying, it was actually overcast, and we only came in P6 behind both Red Bull cars, as well as our teammate and the two Mercedes cars. The two Red Bull cars picking up a lot of pace in qualifying, just like they did previously on a few occasions. I can remember distinctly Austria, obviously, at their kind of home Grand Prix in essence. They picked up a lot of pace there, and they've picked up the same sort of pace here at Japan, at least in qualifying conditions. So we have to do some overtaking today for sure to try and match that man we just saw briefly. His little pit board there of Sebastian Vettel, our main title rival, of course. Second in the championship he is. We are in first at the moment with a little bit of a gap. But let's go straight into this race then. 27 laps ahead of us for Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. 5 red lights to round number 16, and we're underway. And it has been an okay start. A little bit mediocre actually compared to Sergio Perez on the left, who may have a little look on the left-hand side. Looks like Sebastian Vettel is all clear to go into turn 1 in first place. Yellow flags behind us. The two Mercedes cars go side by side. Hamilton just about managed to squeeze out Bottas. It's then Ricciardo and then Max Verstappen right ahead of us now. So we will kind of get back in the pack. You've got the two Force Indias right behind us, followed by the two Williams cars of Lance Stroll and then Felipe Massa. I believe that is Perez right behind us. Then Ocon, the second Force Indy there. But now we filter through on towards lap number 2 now. So very distinctly, like a lot of other Grand Prix so far in this career mode, not too much happens on lap 1 because you get all that turbulent, dirty air, unable to make an overtake. But now on lap 2 now, we're trying to size up Max Verstappen. At the moment, it's still my teammate Sebastian Vettel leading the way from Hamilton to Bottas, Ricciardo, and then as I just mentioned here, we're going to try and have a look at the Dutchman Verstappen getting a little bit wayward on the exit there. But now as we go through towards Spoon, can we just try and get a great entry and then exit to that corner and then send this off onto that long back straight towards 130R, where we can potentially make a pop down the inside or the outside. Either one depends where Verstappen leaves us the room on the exit. Getting a pretty okay exit. Would have liked a little bit more drive off that corner in third gear, but now climbing up the gears, getting the slipstream mode. DRS obviously down this main straight due to the dangers of 130R, but here we go down the inside of 130R. A little bit of a lift off to make sure we give Verstappen the room. We're going to do a switchback move. We fake to the left, go to the right, down the inside. Verstappen's going to go very, very deep into the corner. Going to leave us the room though, leave the door open down through the last corner. But look at this, Sergio Perez now is going to make it 3 wide as he gets the drive on both myself and Max. So it's 3 wide down the main straight on towards lap 3. Fantastic stuff. Perez has got both of us there for a double overtake into turn 1 though. We don't dive it down the inside. Perez goes wide off onto the little runoff area on the green stuff, and now Verstappen is side by side with him. We're up into P5, and it looks like Perez may just about defend from the Dutchman to keep that what will be P6. Yes, it will be, I think. So Perez has made a fantastic move on the Red Bull, tried to make it on me as well, but didn't quite work out. But we've made that move. But very, very exciting stuff on lap 3 there. But now we move on to the end of lap 4. You can see Bottas, Hamilton and Vettel all set consecutive fastest laps of the Grand Prix, so they're all pushing hard. Ricciardo just made a pit stop, so he's going a little bit early. Looks like the Red Bull cars, although they had the pace in qualifying, maybe are a little bit harsher on their tyre wear, so maybe that may be something in the setup that's making them get that extra speed for in net result because of the tyre wear. But now as we cross the line on towards lap 6 now, you'll see we're up into P2 now. Vettel and Hamilton have both pit, so just respectively the two Finns here, Bottas and myself, as Raikkonen obviously in 1 and 2. So we're going to try and overcut here effectively. We've done a lot of undercutting in the last few rounds, but we'll try the overcut this time. It has worked well for us in the past in earlier episodes of this career mode, so we'll see how it goes. Bottas comes in this lap. I'm going to come in this lap and follow him, so we're going to both come in on the end of lap 6, just about making the pit entry speed limit there. I had to kind of break the little marker board there, so hopefully the FI don't get too mad with me breaking that board, but I had to do a double lockup to actually ensure we slow down, otherwise we would have got a penalty. Probably would have incurred a drive-through, or at least a kind of time penalty added on. But now we're on to another set of soft tyres now, so we're going quite aggressive here. Probably going for the 3 stop, I would imagine. Probably 2 sets of softs, then either a medium or hard, depends what we're kind of feeling. At the moment, I come out behind my teammate Vettel, who is on hard tyres at the moment, so that may allude to something in the strategy. Maybe we will be going to the hard tyres, but at the moment you can see visibly we've caught up so much. We weren't this close to Vettel previously, so the overcut really has worked an absolute treat. And later on in this lap, towards Spoon, closing up even more to Vettel. His hard tyres obviously versus my soft tyres. 2 tyre compound difference here. We should have the grip on him, although saying that, through the exit of Spoon, get a little bit away, we'd have to go opposite lock a tad in 5th gear. But now, climbing through the gears, can we get enough slipstream down this back straight? Won't be enough to make a move into 130R, I don't think, but we're going to definitely get as close as we can. Lift off a little bit now on the left-hand side. Vettel's not going to give us too much room. Squeeze us in the grass a little bit, and we go round the outside if we can. Is he going to give us the room? Yes, he will. We're going to give him room on the inside, but then we'll pinch it across on the exit of the apex, and we will get that move. But Vettel's going to come back at us. He's he's going to get right behind us, but he's not going to duck out for some reason. And look at this, he's just right up my gearbox, just kind of sniffing me, but for some reason he's not going to try and make the move there. And so into turn 1, we're going to get a really clean run through turn 1, going to get the gap through the exit. And so yeah, very, very odd thing for Vettel to do. It seemed like he almost didn't, he just didn't have enough speed to have the confidence to pull out on the right and try and make the move. So he just kind of stuck behind me and kind of, I don't know, just wanted to tap me with his nose on my gearbox. So yeah, very, very strange kind of thing. But anyway, as we move on to lap 11 then, we're up into P2 now. You can see Bottas is pit, and I think that was also a third car of Carlos Sainz, I think, at the moment, who's running in P5, sort of. So brilliant stuff for the Toro Rosso. Then eventually we get up into P1, and then eventually on lap 12 we come in for our second pit stop. Obviously the soft tires can only go about 6 or 7 laps-ish. So at the moment, it looks like we've got Vettel on the hards. Obviously, he's yet to pit, so he's out into what will be the lead eventually of this Grand Prix, I imagine. There you go, in the top left. So he's out in the lead. Then you've got Carlos Sainz on medium tyres up in P2 there, so doing a fantastic job for himself. Hamilton's on softs and Bottas on mediums, so a very, very interesting and good to see spread of tyre strategies. You've got some people on softs, some people on mediums, some people on hards. As we come out behind Verstappen on the hards. We go cleanly off circuit, actually, as the grip's just not there. And actually, I should have taken that as a big, big sign of what was to come in this strategy, because these hard tyres were absolutely rubbish. There's no other way to go about it. They were just horrible. Like, as soon as I came out into this sector, I could tell straight away. The amount of grip, or lack of grip, I should say, compared to the soft tyres was unbelievable. I mean, it's now very clear why perhaps they're not taking the hard tyres to Suzuka in real life, I think it is. Obviously, in the mod, I couldn't do too much about it because it would have messed up how the AI maybe race and do the race if the hard tyre wasn't available to them. But obviously, in real life, they're not taking them. They've decided it's way too hard for the actual Grand Prix itself. Whereas in the past, the effective hard tyre taken to Japan was good enough. So yeah, definitely I could feel that, certainly even in this mod. Like, they were just absolutely rubbish. It took us 2 more laps to lap 15 to even get up to Verstappen comfortably, and for me to feel confident enough that I can probably get him this lap. So I think we can probably do it at the back straight once again. We've got a bit of rich mix to play with, so we will use that as we go towards Spoon. But yeah, it definitely took me a fair few laps to actually get comfy with it, but just because the turning was just so non-existent pretty much compared to the soft tyres. For it was like driving on ice essentially. So now we come through to the exit of Spoon though, and as I mentioned, we should be able to get a good run. I don't know if we can maybe make a similar move down the inside of 130R, perhaps we'll try it. Let's see. Going to get in the slipstream. I had a look on the right hand side, but no, it's going to be on the left once again down the inside of 130R. Very, very close on the curbing there. Verstappen just about left me enough room. This time we don't do a bit of a kind of a fake down to the inside. We go around the outside cleanly, which will turn to the inside obviously of this next corner. You can see we chop Verstappen off at the exit of the apex, get away from him, and actually, to be fair to him, he's going to come into the pits very, very early actually. So Red Bull definitely struggling with a lot of tyre wear, so that's really unfortunate for them, but for their sake at least, because they look like to have the pace to maybe challenge Mercedes and even obviously myself and Vettel. But now with the amount of tyre wear they have, I don't think they will be. So as we cross the line to lap 17, 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix, it's flown by. We're going to get up into 4th place there because Vettel makes his second and last pit stop of the Grand Prix for another set of hards. So Vettel going for a 2-stop here, whereas I'm going for a 3-stop. So interesting split strategy here with our side of the garage in Ferrari there. And as we cross the line now for lap 18, we're going to go up even more now. We've got Sainz who goes down the order now onto hard tyres to go to the end of the Grand Prix. You've got Hamilton on the hards, and then you've got Bottas who stayed out a little bit more than me, still in first place on mediums. So the 2 Mercedes cars, I think they've almost converted their 3-stop to a 2-stop. Very interesting that Hamilton did 2 softs and then maybe hards to the end. He took the second set of softs for quite long. So yeah, very peculiar there with Hamilton. Very, very odd thing to kind of see. And as we cross the line for lap 19, you'll see now we're going to get up into first place now. So we're leading the Grand Prix. Got clean air. But now is the time to push, because I need to pit. I can't take these hards all the way to the end. I probably could in theory, but the pace would be so poor. I'm already losing about more than a second to my soft tyre stint lap times right now, so I couldn't really kind of even fathom going to the end there. So I pushed as hard as I could on lap 19 to come through at the end of this lap now for a set of soft tyres this will be, because yeah, the pace just wasn't there. Literally, I'm not even joking. It was like even more than 1 second slower. The grip was just that much. The difference of grip was just that much. It was actually pretty kind of frightening, really, that there can be that much difference in 2 tyre compounds, two levels of tyre compounds. So as we come down the pit lane now, let's see where we are. We're in P6, it looks like, behind Max Verstappen. We've got Ricciardo on mediums behind us, but it looks like he's not even there on the mini-map, so we're comfortably ahead of him. So we've got a lot of catching up to do now. We've got 7 laps. We're P6, unfortunately, back where we were in qualifying pretty much. And, well, now it's time to rub the hands a little bit and just see what we can do now. We need to try and overtake Verstappen. Then I believe it's Carlos Sainz on medium tyres. Then we got Vettel and then the two Mercedes cars. The two Mercedes cars have actually jumped Vettel in this race, so they've done pretty damn well because Vettel did get quite a comfortable pole position there. So now we move on to lap 20, and thankfully for me, Verstappen actually pits for another time. So I think that's his third stop, or even fourth. I've lost count really, but Verstappen, yeah, pits again for medium tyres with only 6 laps to go. So that's a little bit weird from him. But now we're up into P5. So now it's time to just chase after Carlos Sainz. So we do eventually catch up to the man in the brand new, obviously silver and blue Toro Rosso car for this year's 2017 season, and he's doing a fantastic job so far in what will be P4, but we're going to try and spoil the party for him. Sorry, Carlos, because I need to try and get this position and then get in the clean air that's ahead of you to try and then catch my teammate for the championship sake. But we're going to try and catch him into Spoon once again. I think we'll get the run into 130R. That's been the place where we've made most of the moves this entire Grand Prix, actually. I think pretty much there's only been 2 other passes on the main straight. Most of them have been down here against the 130R because the slipstream's just so powerful. Although saying that, as we go down this back straight, it looks like Carlos may be running quite a low drag setup because he's really nipping down this back straight and we only just about catch him on 130R. Can we make a move down the inside, around the outside? We'll go fake to left, down the inside to the right, hit the apex over the curbing a little bit, and we're up into 4th place. Obviously, Carlos not putting up too much of a fight because, let's be fair to him, he's not really in the fight with me, so it'd be silly for him also to kind of try and defend from me too much because he's running his own race. He'd get a brilliant P5 at this rate if he just continues on like this and doesn't get caught by the 2 Red Bull cars. But now, it is basically time to try and catch Sebastian Vettel and maybe the 2 Mercedes cars. I don't know. I mean, all 3 of them are on hard tyres. We're on softs. And the amount of grip I've got on these soft tyres is amazing. Like, literally, when I came out of the pits on these tyres, the grip was so much more than the hard tyres that I almost turned in too much into some of these corners because the grip was that, different now. So we move on to the last lap of the Grand Prix. We've been pushing like a madman now to catch these guys. They're a fair bit up the road. You can see that's done a number on our tyres. Our tyres are very worn. The front left is pretty much now hitting 70% there, 71%. So we're going to have a bit of an issue maybe right towards the end, but hopefully these tyres will just about hold enough grip in them to maybe catch Sebastian Vettel. I think the 2 Mercedes cars in 1-2 are out of that R reach, so they're going to answer us back because obviously we got a 1-2 for Ferrari last race, so they're going to immediately answer Ferrari back here in this race. But can we at least ruin Vettel's part, get on the podium? We've got a lapped car ahead of us. He's going to hold Vettel up so much as Ericsson. He's held up Vettel so much. Can we make a move around the outside? Vettel defends quite well now. Ericsson's holding me up, making me go the long way round, and that's such a shame. I thought we could maybe have tried something. I would have actually dived it down the inside, but Ericsson just parked his car there, so that was really unfortunate. But he has held up Vettel a little bit, so could we try something into Spoon? We're going to try and go as hard as we can through the mid-corner speed of Spoon Corner. Can we try and get the biggest run out of the corner? No, we can't. We've lost the back end there, but we're going to go up into Rich Mix. We don't have too much fuel actually to kind of play with. You can see it's going down by the minute there on Rich Mix, and so we go back to standard. So now I just have to try my best through 130R. Will I try and put Vettel off? I don't know. Is he going to try and, is he going to outbrake himself? I'm not too sure. We close up as much as we can, right up to his gearbox nearly, through that first corner, then the second corner on the apex, and then it's not going to be. Hamilton's going to win the race. We actually run out of fuel. You can just hear we've just run out of fuel there. So, very, very unfortunate. We nearly did it there, but so it's going to be Hamilton that wins the Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas second, Sebastian Vettel third. So Vettel gets 3 points over us in the championship, which is not going to be too bad, to be honest. That's I'm not going to complain about that. But so close, so close. I really thought we could have got them. To be honest, in hindsight, if I had chosen the medium tyres instead of the stupid hards, I probably could have got at least third, if not maybe even higher, because I think I could have had way more pace on the mediums. But yeah, there you go. I mean, in hindsight, you can say everything there. But anyway, we're still in the lead of the championship. I think Hamilton closed a fair bit up to Vettel there. So by the end of this, if Hamilton continues on his winning streak, that could become a 3-way scrap for the title right at the death. You never know. But in the Constructors' Championship, it's all clean for us, all for Ferrari. You know, we're well ahead, as we've mentioned a few times before in episodes. So we're all good for that stuff. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed the episode, hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And if you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly foreign content. I've been Aarava. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next time.